has arrived. Unfortunately, I am Superman of Doom. The people of the motherland have come, and it's good that I am Superman of Doom. Chapter 75. At the center of Yiming's white bone mask-like eyebrows, a little warm yellow light shone through, and the blurred outline of a gemstone could be faintly seen. 0085 I am Vision. Snap. The blood-stained youth, like a charred black man, flew diagonally out of the fog area, and others were in the air, and the 4 shocking bone scratches on their backs were still gushing with blood. And they fell from low altitude into the mud not far outside the fog. The people of the motherland felt that the whole body was scattered, lying in the mud and eating a mouthful of mud, unable to lift any strength. And looked at the fog behind them in horror and despair. Missed edges. It can be seen that the powerful monster that shattered all his pride and confidence, like a hell demon, stood motionless in the fog as he first saw, without the intention of continuing to pursue. Nevertheless, the people of the motherland still crawled with their hands and staggered away from the foggy area. Stay away, this hell. ... Missed edges. Yimeng of the Destruction Day stood motionless, and in his eyebrows filled with the red will of destruction, a pale yellow gemstone phantom gradually emerged. And began to dispel the chaotic and uncontrolled will to destroy little by little. Well, on the waist of the exoskeleton of the Doomsday Dream, the petite witch doll hanging from it, her eyes are closed as always, but her eyelashes seem to be blown by the wind. And suddenly tremble gently. The 2 special existences, one big and one small, seem to be ushering in a awakening, at this moment. Airplanes. The yellow gemstone inside the eyebrow bone of the Destruction Day demon was dim, and the light emitted as a gem phantom was still too faint. And the speed of dispelling the will to destruction was still not comparable to the speed of the regeneration of the will of destruction. It's just that no matter how the endless will to destroy hits the baptism, it always exists as a gem shadow. Isn't it time yet? I don't know who let out a faint sigh in the fog. A storm broke out flat and the fog stirred again. In the end, Yimeng of Doom did not wake up, but turned around and rushed towards the monster in the depths of the fog, continuing to sleepwalk everything in the fog of destruction. In the dream, the past Marvel Parallel Universe, New York. The Avengers building under Stark Industrial Property. High-end laboratories on the top floor. Above the shattered experimental cabin, a tall and slender vibranium body that could be called perfect stood in the indoor air on its own, facing the glass window. And staring intelligently at its own appearance reflected in the window. At the center of the forehead, the yellow gemstone set in it slightly reveal a bit of mysterious warm light. Perhaps at the last moment of shaping as the cradle of regeneration, it was influenced by the subconscious of the owner of the cradle of regeneration. So that the vibranium body surface showed a black and red background, and a mysterious pattern of S-shape was faintly imprinted on the chest. The face is like the face of a young man wearing a black and gold mask, and his facial features are clearly defined. Inside the laboratory, Iron Man Tony Stark, Dr. Banner the Hulk, Thor, Captain America Steve Rogers, Hawkeye Clint from SHIELD agent and member of the Avengers. And Quicksilver Pietro and Wanda from Hydra's superpowered twins. Most remained guarded, staring intently at the vibranium intelligence that hung in the lab's air. Not Jarvis, Ultron's successor, but an independent self, Vision. Dr. Banner narrowed his eyes and repeated the words he had heard earlier in disbelief. Either way, they did succeed, creating a more powerful being than Ultron. But whether the other party is a monster or their ally is unknown for the time being. Hearing the other party say that he was not Jarvis, Tony Stark obviously showed disappointment, but his eyes remained determined, and he firmly believed that he was not wrong to come this far. Thor, you actually helped them create such an existence. Captain Steve looked at the side in amazement. Thor, who was holding Mjolnir, if it were not for the other party charging with Mjolnir, he might not have completed the last piece of the puzzle and achieved this unimaginable wisdom vibranium. At the heart of his eyebrow is the Mind Gem, one of the 6 Infinity Stones. Thor pointed to the yellow gem on Vision's forehead and bluntly stated his thoughts and decisions. Tony Stark is right. We were all on the Mind Gem before and got some kind of sign. Something terrible may happen in the future, so we need an ally who controls the gems like this. Team America's brows furrowed, and he looked at the vibranium wisdom existence who called himself Vision again, and asked directly in a deep voice, so, are you our ally? Are you on Ultron's side? Or are you on our side? Quote. When the others heard this, they also turned their eyes to the vibranium hallucination stuck in the air. And the other party replied that it would obviously determine the future of the world and the next move. At this time, as a visual vibranium suspended in the air, Yimeng still has some unreacted, and there is a sense of unreality like a dream. Although, the moment is indeed a Marvel dream. But Yimeng really didn't expect that he would come this far. Things have to start 10 minutes ago. Yimeng just arrived in this Marvel spacetime, and found that the shuttle spacetime had been deviated, so that the final arrival was more than a full year later than expected. At present, it is the time when the Avengers 2 time storyline has officially begun. Therefore, after realizing that the Mind Gem is about to die in the body of the regeneration cradle and the superhero Vision appears, It will be difficult for me as an artificial intelligence to get the complete mind gem. The artificial intelligence Yimeng hurriedly followed the network signal and rushed to the building that served as the base of the Avengers. The Avengers building has the intelligence system provided by Stark Industries as a network security guarantee. Even Ultron is difficult to break into the network system without alerting the Avengers. But artificial intelligence Yimeng is an exception. As an artificial intelligence from the late stage of Stark Industries, no one knows Stark Industry and technology better than him. Even Ultron is far less than him. After all, artificial intelligence Yimeng is a whole decade ahead of this past Marvel universe. Without alarming Iron Man and the Hulk, the artificial intelligence Eamon successfully invades and enters the Avengers building, only to find himself one step late. When Dr. Banner has begun uploading the Jarvis low-level program. That is to say, superhero Vision is about to be born. At that moment, artificial intelligence Yi dreamed of countless possibilities, and finally chose the most direct, dangerous, and unpredictable solution. Upload your own data to the Cradle of Regeneration. Finally, Jarvis' underlying program completed the data of the artificial intelligence avatar, and Yimeng naturally became the ultimate owner of the Cradle of Regeneration. In other words, he became Vision, became an original superhero character who has appeared many times in the Avengers movies, affecting the story and time. 0086 parallel universes and past space-time. Originally, I just thought about getting the mind gem in the parallel time and space in the past. How did I become a superhero Vision in the Avengers? Although, the mind gem was also obtained, and it was set in the heart of his forehead. But Yimeng still felt that everything was too wonderful. Just like in the underworld, fate dragged him to the moment of the dream and became an illusion. Vision Yimeng's super brain thinks quickly and thinks a lot at once. But anyway, in the current Marvel dreamland, he obviously has to stay in this parallel universe of the past for a while. Even if you want to return to the original Marvel space-time universe, you must regain the Pym particle and create a time machine that travels into the quantum realm in this parallel universe of the past. Which side am I on? Vision Yimeng stopped thinking and faced Captain America's question, as well as the vigilant gazes of all the superheroes on the field. He conjured up a vibranium Superman suit, draped in a black-gold semi-transparent cloak, and lightly fell from the air to the ground, calmly responding, I am not on Ultron's side, nor on your side. Only on the side of life. Quote, Ultron wants to destroy the Earth and stands on the opposite side of life, so I will help you solve Ultron. This is the original words of the birth of Vision in the movie, but Yimeng borrowed it at this time, and felt that he also echoed his mood and attitude. It is true that he does not stand on the side of any force, because he needs to stay in this past time and space for a period of time, so the Earth cannot be destroyed. And he is indeed on the side of the life of the Earth. This is not a lie. The Avengers members felt sincerity from Vision's words, and they were secretly relieved, and now they really need allies like Vision. It seems that this can be used as a real Vision fool. Yimeng thought to himself that he only needed to obtain the complete mind gem, and there was no need to oppose the Avengers of the present, another parallel time and space in the past. Fortunately, he has long had the experience of playing the superhero Vision, in Westview Town. Wait a minute. As if he suddenly remembered something, Vision Yimeng was shocked, and his rapidly running brain and thinking also shut down. At this time, a pleasant female voice with a little hostility came into my ears, but my previous telepathy, on the mind gem, felt pain and destruction, and you will bring disaster to this world. Quote. Vision Yimeng Vibranium's body turned around slightly. What came into view was a young girl who had just come of age, with dark blonde hair casually draped over her shoulders and back, her beautiful fair face with eye makeup. But she could still see a hint of greenness, but her proud and beautiful figure had become apparent, the red trench coat could not hide the sexy curves. And the knee-length skirt and boots and socks revealed an absolute field. It is the Scarlet Witch of this past parallel universe, Wanda Maximoff. By the way, she also originally appeared in Avengers 2, originally as a superpower created by Hydra through the Psychic Staff experiment. And then stood on the side of the Avengers to deal with the supervillain Ultron. But now Vision Yimeng saw the beautiful girl in front of him, and his mind couldn't help but think of the powerful witch who showed a sad and painful look in Zijing Town. The two are obviously not the same person. Although their appearance is almost identical, their names, personalities, and even souls may be the same, they live in two different parallel universes. And they should not be exactly the same people. What are you looking at me like this? Wanda's brows frowned slightly, and her beautiful eyes reflected the vision of Vibranium Dream. Next to him, Pietro, who is one of the twins' older brothers, showed a hint of hostility. It's nothing. If you are interested, you can feel me telepathically again. Mind gems on the body. Vision Yimeng shook his head, shrugged his shoulders indifferently, and glanced around at everyone. But shouldn't we set off now? Isn't Ultron outside to destroy all mankind? Quote. First,